What is going on, everybody? I am Mike. Welcome back to Tech 24/7 TV. Happy iPad mini release day. It's been a big day. Got the iPad mini here in the studio and wanted to unbox it and give you my thoughts on the new iPad mini. I really like the size of this iPad mini. Here I have space gray, 256 gig, Wi-Fi only. I really wanted LTE, but we'll talk about that in just a minute here. I'm gonna unbox it and we're gonna talk about what I like, what I don't like, and what you can expect from it. So let's get with the unboxing. Now, like all, or actually most Apple products now, there's a cellophane wrapper. I'm surprised that Apple hasn't taken steps to reduce the wrapping on these. Obviously, they don't sell as many iPad minis as they do as iPhones, so it's not as significant, but it does make sense here that they are trying to save planet Earth. We only have one of them. Now, ooh, this is nice paper. Holy cow, this is super small. Wow, I'm super impressed how small this is. Now, one of the things I was thinking about, that is some ASMR for you. Wow, this is tiny. Here you see my light. I don't have necessarily big hands, and this fits in my hands just perfect. And the fact that it has square edges makes it easy to do so. Let's get on with the setup. And while that is powering on, I do have the keys to go from Logitech, which I'm gonna be reviewing. And if you wanna know how that's gonna work with the iPad mini, make sure you are subscribed because that video will be coming out soon. Let's see what's in the box. We have a full USB-C to USB-C cable, 20-watt wall brick. And are we gonna get some colored Apple stickers, quick start guide, and white stickers? Unfortunately, really nice if Apple included some colorful stickers like they did with the iMac. At first, I thought that the bezels would be too thin to hold the iPad, but it seems that they're actually sized just perfectly where when you put your hand on the side, not too much of your hand is gonna protrude onto the display, obviously obfuscating what you're looking at. So I do think that the bezels are not too big. Now, if you look at the size of the iPad, I'm very much able to hold this one-handed. Still, if I shimmy my hand up and down, I can hit the Touch ID button. I can still hit the volume rocker button. It does seem to be perfectly sized for someone who might be using this, obviously, to read. I really wondered to myself, if I was using this, would I be using it in portrait mode or would I hold it in landscape mode, which actually made me then think about what I need to resize my dock and the amount of apps that I have in the dock. I think it's 14 apps that are in the dock in all the other iPads other than the iPad Pro. So I have, I think right now, maybe like 10, but still like the apps that I have in the dock for my iPad Pro are probably not the same apps I would use in this here. But again, I do plan on doing like more usability tests and using this as your primary tablet. So as I mentioned, if you want to see that in the future, make sure you're subscribed because I'll be working on that this weekend. Let me know what you think about iPadOS 15 in this size with these ridiculous padding on the left and right side, whether you're in portrait or landscape mode. It just seems a little strange, especially when you're holding it. It seems, I guess, maybe a little too much for this type of display where you have that gigantic padding. It's not maximizing the display as much as I would hope to. Now, just a few closing notes. So one, I would say that the 500 nits of brightness is going to be probably sufficient for most people when you're viewing stuff indoors. If you go outside, you might have some trouble viewing it in direct sunlight or when it's very bright. Second thing is that since there is no smart dock connector on the back, you will have to use a Bluetooth keyboard to go with that. It does not have any type of smart dock connector, though it is interesting how many magnets are in the back of here for this cover to stay on it. I do think that is interesting. It looks just like the iPad Pro, and it does even have the same speakers as the larger iPad Pro. Now, I haven't got to listen to much music with it, but I'll make sure to keep that in my review. Now, that's gonna do it for me. Let me know what questions or comments that you have. If anything you wanna see tested in the full review, let me know. I am Mike, this is Tech 24/7 TV. I'll catch you in the next one.